to do along the way, point out the places of interest for you.
Guys, akit tayo.
Hopefully it will make the trip a little bit more interesting, hopefully enjoyable. Now we're supposed to play a recorded commentary for you, but we do get much better feedback doing them live ourselves. So please do bear in mind that on the note we are not professional guides, just members of the crew. If I do get anything wrong, please do bear with me. I mean, some of what I tell you probably isn't even true, but hopefully it's better than that. We're going to go under Tower Bridge now. Tower Bridge is the gateway to London, opened up in 1894. The two centre bascles weigh 1,100 tonnes each. They can be lifted in 90 seconds to allow larger ships into the upper pool. Not many people realise you can also walk across the two top catwalks of the bridge. Look up above you, you'll see it has been fitted with glass floor. You will see people standing on the glass above you. Try not to look too carefully. You'll be very surprised what you can see down here sometimes. Now through Tower Bridge we enter into the city of London, and built to blend in, on the right there we have the Tower of London. The Tower of London being many different things, famously known for its imprisonment, torture and execution. Along the river's wall to the right, there is a bricked up archway. Wrote above it, entry to the Traitors' Gates. If you was a traitor to the crown, you'd have been rowed down the river from Westminster by barge through that once open archway before being beheaded up on Tower Hill. Your head would have been put on a spike and stuck on London Bridge, a would-be warning to any traitors to the crown. If you haven't been to the tower, it should definitely be on the list of things to do whilst you're in London. There's lots of gruesome history behind the walls of that building, and it is home to the Crown Jewels today. On the left we have two warships. The larger one of the two is the HMS Belfast. Built in Belfast, Northern Ireland, in the same shipyard that built the Titanic, the Harland and Wolff shipyard. She saw action throughout World War II. She bombed the beaches of Normandy on the D-Day landings 80 years ago. Moored in London as a museum today. If you look at the front of the Belfast, you'll see the Union Jack flying. That's the only Union Jack you'll see in London today. If you see that flag flying from, say, a building, it's called a Union flag. It's only called a Union Jack when it's flown from the jack staff of one of His Majesty's ships. Alongside the Belfast, that smaller warship, that's here on a courtesy visit. It must have arrived earlier on this morning. We do get lots of warships, also cruise liners coming up the river, spend a few nights in the city before going back out to sea. If you look to the right, there's a tall glass building that gets wider as it goes up. Look to the top, you can see people standing at the top. That's a viewing platform, and that's called the Sky Garden. It's over 100 feet higher than the London Eye. Best thing about it is completely free to go up there. That won't cost you anything. There's a bar and a restaurant at the top. It's worth a visit at the Sky Garden. Now the only problem with the Sky Garden is that it gets very busy. So you do have to book online well in advance. There is a new building behind it though. It's a little bit higher than the Sky Garden. So it's the one with the yellow crane on the top. So you might see it in a second just behind it. And they also have a viewing platform. And It's also free to go up there as well. But with that one on their website, it does state that they save spaces for people that turn up on the day, and that is called Horizon 22. So that's worth looking into, that one, Horizon 22. You could go even higher on the left-hand side. We have the Shard, and that's the tallest office block in Western Europe, 1,016 feet tall. Their viewing platform, it does cost £50 each. So it's the best view of London you'll get. Say £50 each, a bit overpriced in my opinion. And we have London Bridge ahead of us, the 5th London Bridge to stand here. The first one built by the Romans over 2,000 years ago. As you go under the bridge, if you've got your cameras, left and right, the name is engraved into the stonework. It makes for a nice picture either side of the boat. The previous London Bridge here was sinking into the riverbed. It was taken down and sold to an American businessman. The bridge was shipped to America, and it now stands across a man-made lake called Lake Havasu in Arizona. And that was the previous one. The Welsh in London, if anyone would like to visit the very popular Borough Market. Borough Market is behind the buildings on the left-hand side. You'll also see a gap in the buildings on the left, and through the gap, a wooden pirate ship. The replica to Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind. And Sir Francis Drake, he was the first Englishman to sail a ship. That's a fully working replica of his ship, and that has sailed the world twice, taking the same route.